Hi, I'm Sarah. Today I'm going to be presenting Barbie and gender sexuality. Margot Robbie plays the title role of Barbie in Greta Gerwig's 2023 Barbie film. The film explores topics of gender identity and self-discovery while offering a distinctive, humorous interpretation of the classic doll. As Barbie travels from her ideal shallow environment and Barbieland to the real world, where she must face more profound fundamental issues and social obligations. Robbie's portrayal of the character is both lighthearted and reflective. The film, which addresses topics including feminism, body image, and gender norms, is renowned for its unique blend of humor and social sarcasm. By presenting a more deep and complex persona, it challenges the conventional perception of Barbie as a representation of unachievable beauty and perfection. Robbie's portrayal effectively conveys the character's humor and sensitivity, adding complexity to the movie's examination of gender expectations, culture conventions, and identity. In addition to showing Margot Robbie's range as an actress, the film's interpretation of gender dynamics, Barbie's development as a symbol, and its visual aesthetic made it a worldwide hit. Nextly, I'm going to be talking about Barbie's sexuality and gender. Because Barbie reflects and reinforces the gendered nature of knowledge, production, and culture expectations, her presence in sociological debates of gender and sexuality connects to these feminist critiques. Originally a symbol of idealized femininity, the doll now serves to uphold a vision of womanhood that prioritizes consumerism, fashion, and beauty, devaluing physical attractiveness and domesticity. As important indicators of a woman's value, this supports the notion in that the male-dominated intellectual and professional spheres where abstract information is created take priority over women's duties, which are frequently focused on the home. Although it still operates within the confines of commercial capitalism, Barbie's move towards inclusion in body types, occupations, and identities can be interpreted as an effort to increase the range of feminine representation. Nextly, I'm going to be talking about Smith's analysis. The gender division of knowledge, historically and in sociology, has been based on the experiences and viewpoints of males. Much like any other academic fields, as a result, there is a gendered hierarchy of knowledge, in which masculine viewpoints dominate academic fields, while the feminine or domestic worlds, the domains in which women predominate, are marginalized or excluded. This indicates that the fundamental frameworks used to generate sociological knowledge are gendered by nature, supporting societal institutions that make women's experiences and the local embodied parts of their life less significant or invisible. Women's function in mediating between the conceptual and the concrete. The passage criticizes the historical marginalization of women's labor in mediating roles between the conceptual abstract domains of professional employment, which is typically perceived as dominated by men, and the tangible everyday reality of household life. Women's labor, including caring, housework, is seen as vital, yet sometimes invisible, to the conceptual framework of social research and governments. Men's labor in the intellectual sphere, such as in professional settings, is separated from the material and realities of daily living that women manage, resulting in a split of consciousness. This dynamic contributes to larger systems of gender and social inequality. Barbie's evolution. Furthermore, the feminist movement for sociology to acknowledge and incorporate women's experiences, particularly those in the domestic and local spheres, as significant sources of knowledge is reflected in Barbie's transformation into more varied forms, which questions established gender norms. Barbie's transformation into a more inclusive figure can be seen as an acknowledgement of the significance of gender diversity and a range of lived experiences. While feminist scholars criticize traditional sociological expertise for marginalizing or leaving out women's perspectives. Performance and the Barbie doll. According to the passage, the term gender performance describes how language produces the consequences it states through repetition. Barbie serves as a vehicle for reinforcing specific gender norms and expectations. Barbie enacts femininity by her look and the roles she performs, such as a fashion model, princess, and etc., exposing children to the frequently involving them in the performance of gender roles. Barbie both shapes and is molded by culture performance of femininity in this ongoing practice, which is not a unique act. The concept of objection, a procedure of exclusion that establishes who is subject and who is not. Barbie has frequently received criticism for embodying a limited definition of femininity and beauty that leaves people out who don't meet this standard. Gender and sex materialization in the Barbie franchise. According to the passage, gender and sex are manifested through recurring behaviors. Barbie is a prime illustration of how dolls, design, and related merchandise realize a culture ideal of femininity. Young girls' perceptions of their own bodies and social roles are shaped by the doll's form, attire, and accessories, which present an idealized picture of femininity. Barbie's role within a cultural framework is closely related to the passage's assertion that sex is not simply what one has a static description of what one is, but rather a cultural norm guiding the materialization of bodies. Barbie serves to reinforce and sustain the mainstream gender ideal. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.